Plastic.
Rewarding.
Awesome. Different.
Can it be 2 words? Sure. Oh boy.
What is polymers? 1 word? Awesome. TEL 204, it's polymer molding and forming here at SUNY Oswego. The course is a lab-intensive, very hands-on course about plastics and plastics molding, and a little bit about how we design molds to mold and form plastics. Students work with lab partners and go through a variety of different hands-on activities where you will actually blow mold, injection mold, thermal form, mold composites, do some repair, weld, casting, all kinds of different molding processes. You actually create an artifacts at each one of those things and learn about plastics and how we mold and form it. This polymer molding course is important because plastics is everywhere. It is everywhere. We touch it constantly. We rely on it all the time, and yet it's one of those materials that people know very little about. So, you know, it's surprising what people don't understand about plastics, despite the fact that all of their artifacts are plastic, the stores are filled with plastic, we package everything in plastic. So the course helps people understand what is this material, how do we work with it, what's good about it, what's bad about it, what's challenging about it, and how do we mold and form it. So we have a variety of material-based courses here at SUNY Oswego, and plastics is really interesting because it's one of those materials that has not been around a long time. So it's kind of surprising that students know very little about it, but it's also very exciting because it's fairly recent history. Another neat thing about the class is we focus on action and activity and being able to do. So even the exams and tests are show me what you can do. So we have real practical type tests where you demonstrate whether you can in fact mold and form different kinds of plastics, identify different plastics, actually work with them to create artifacts. Our polymer molding and forming lab is filled with a variety of different molding machines, and students experience each one of those sort of in an independent pace, working with a lab partner, and have a variety of sort of opportunities to make different types of artifacts, but get hands-on experience with each of those machines, each of those processes as they work through the course together with their partner, making unique objects at every single station. So by the end of the semester, you've done a lot of molding and forming, and you're taking home a lot of interesting plastic artifacts. So, students find a couple of modules quite interesting. Some of the more interesting modules include our extrusion module and 3D printing, where we actually make our own 3D printing filament. Students will use our extruder and PLA and make a few pounds of filament, which then they use in 3D printers and print a variety of artifacts. Another interesting activity is where we take old consumer-used plastics, grind it all up in our grinder, run it through extruder to make filament, take the filament, pelletize it down into little chunks, and then use those little pieces or beads or nurdles to injection mold. So we really kind of get into plastics from soup to nuts.